done after that. Actually, I'm gonna go shopping first as well, because I might have enough money to buy. We should buy the bow. The bow is the priority for the ranger lady. Might use that myself at some point as well if you kick the ranger lady out. Although
No. What's impressive is cleaving a man's spine without lopping the head clean off. That takes aim.
Did that once. My case was an accident, and I still wake up some nights feeling bad for him.
now we can do Alof's quest. Oh, Alof is actually want to
About
speak.
my episode in the catacombs. There's
That's nice,
something I
Enderman.
should have told you earlier.
That's an understatement. He clasps his hands together, slowly massaging a knuckle with his thumb. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. Then when we wrestled the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
Aha. I was correct. I called this immediately when we saw the other crazy multi-person guy. He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips queer and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They are watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Why didn't you say something about her
I learned
sooner?
to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meowald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
You didn't say my name. Tell me about Isilmir.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen.
It's like they're a married couple.
Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get his gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
Seems he's from North England as well. One of those ladies from there. He grimaces, running his hands through his hair. I have none of her memories. Berat's spared me that much. But her coarse manners and intolerable hill speak suggest a provincial from very, very long time ago. She tends to serve as a hair's breadth from conflict. When the fuse has burned down and teeth are on the edge, and when she shows up, she doesn't stop to coach the situation. She just acts. She seems reckless. That's it exactly. You recall the way she coded those villagers in Gilded Vale? She doesn't think, and she doesn't back down. And trying to suppress that has been my problem for years. Is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although...
He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back. A minute minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
You need to learn to deal with your own issues. If it's helpful to you, we'll go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Time to get moving. So we need to go... probably to the sanitarium or somewhere. Let's talk to Dalton next. His tired eyes brighten. Did you find her? Show him the amulet. Yes, but not as you expected. That's pretty mean. The man studies the amulet. Ravina used to wear this. Where did you get it? Give him the amulet. From your old adversary, Helig. He trapped her soul inside it. From Helig, who's kept her soul trapped inside it for decades. It's time to set her free. Dalton's eyes widen in horror. No, please. After searching for her for so long, he gazes at the amulet. Just to have her close to me, to visit her in my dreams, that would be enough. Enough for you, but what about her? If you would keep her trapped in this amulet for the sake of your own comfort, you are no better than the wizard who imprisoned her. Dalton's expression withers. You are right. Please, let me do it. He draws a club with a trembling hand and crushes the amulet. As the gem cracks, you feel essence rush from it. The old man looks at the shattered gemstone. Thank you for showing me reason. Perhaps she'll wait for me in the next life. She looks at his hands, shaking. By the flame, she won't have to wait long. Please, take this. He hands you the club. It's from my old adventuring days. I think it's time I finally let them go. Let's see this club. DLM Dibita. Accuracy fine, vicious. Not really interesting. Once owned by the Clanfath and barbarian Badrn Kaldha? I don't know. Kavlta. This club has ended the life of many an opponent. Badrn has that name is horrible. Was known to rush headlong into every battle, swinging the club over his head, shouting, "Deal and Dibita, vengeance just and merciless, even in victory." Badrn was relentless, using the club to dispatch wounded and the captive foes where they lay. In time, his battle cry came to be associated with the weapon itself, remembered long after Badrvan's death. Clubs are ruffian weapons? Oh. He's using the flail, which is not very... He's getting hits from the crazes and damage from that. It's also fine. But the damage might be a good upgrade. Yeah. Plus it's more accurate, and he gets the better accuracy bonus on that. Now, for the sake of changes, and it's a ruffian weapon, so I'll give it to him. I'll keep the flail on him as well, if necessary. Nice. I said I was gonna go. I kind of feel like playing a bit more. Let's see. Let's buy best. No, let's save mine.
Hey.
I'm gonna go shopping first. I was gonna shop at the weapon store here. They had a very, very nice bow, and I would like to get the weapon on the ranger lady. Sagani. Did I talk to this guy at all, actually? Hey, you. Did we talk? Did I get these? This guy sells dragon eggs. Well, good. There was actually that quest where you needed to get a dragon egg. Could I just come here and buy a dragon egg and give it to lady? Let's sell the junk. All the tomes, the rapier, and all of this. And all of this. And all of these. And I'm gonna buy the bow. I like the Shatter Star as well. I would like to buy this as well at some point. The annihilation and the guarding and accuracy is so nice. I've been really thinking about giving either some other weapon training or whatever it is called, so we can use some other weapons instead of the ruffian weapons. So you compare. Same fine, but stunning and drains endurance. It also does more damage. It's a warbow. Ah, can you actually use warbows? But you could buy an awesome hunting bow in the Wondrous Gift. Yeah, I just realized she actually uses I think she uses hunting bows, not yeah. Yeah, she uses hunting bows. Ah, crap. So I bought the bow for nothing. Damn. Oh well. Well, we have an epic bow now. I think I might use that myself. Let's get it as a secondary weapon for me. If I don't want to use the musket anymore. Oh well. It's fine. Well, I guess that means we should really go to the Ondra's Gift now. If there is stuff in there. I'm gonna play a bit more, even though I said I was gonna stop at this point. I feel the itch for a bit more. Let's explore the Ondra's Gift at least for a bit. This place is really massive. There's lots and lots of things to do here. One thing I've been actually kind of disappointed in the game is that a lot of the dungeons and areas, when you do them fully, there's not that many really good or like something mind-blowingly nice loot. Often it's like, yeah, what do I do with this? It's mere upgrade for someone, or it's like a when I did the dungeon with the cultists, there was well, actually this dagger was the reward basically at the end. It's a nice dagger, but no one in the party actually uses daggers, so it's like whatever. And I think there should be some more cooler loot, I guess. Something that actually fits the characters a bit more as well. Because most of the cool upgrades I've actually gotten have been from the shops. And I don't think that's exactly fine. There's the Salty Mast. Heritage Hill, Ramshack, Lighthouse. Start with the abandoned house. Yeah. If my main character, for example, was a dagger user, it would be like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
You won't see me
but
coming.
as it is, not so much. You have been caught stealing. Ah, whatever. I stole the drugs from the drug users. It's fine. But like the +2 int intelligence items I got, they were from the shop. Some other things have been from the shop. This torque was pretty cool. And just most of the gear I've actually gained, like these rings, the Teldra's ring and the Seal of Fate, were both from shop. This was from the shop, and this was from the shop. The other one was just random loot from somewhere. This was from the shop. And lots of stuff have been like kind of randomly lying on the ground in the middle of nowhere. especially the ones I'm using. So I wish there has been a bit more epic loot, because I like loot, to be honest.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Kolfeg, hello. A youngish elven man squints at you in surprise. You can't just barge into somebody's home like this. Who do you think you are? Who are you? The elf who lives here. Now, get out. Okay. Well, you shouldn't keep a door open like that if you don't want visitors. I might pop in and say hello.
Hey.
Oh, that's one of the statues they were talking. Check the another abandoned house. This is not a very happy location, it seems. Kind of lots of abandoned houses here and there.
Laying low.
Like, for example, all those figurines that I gave to her, I just randomly found one in the building. I bought 2 of them, and I think their 4th one was also kind of just a random find. And those are pretty epic items as well. Courtesan. Nice. Hey there, stranger. Ramcheck House. Whaling Trading Company. Ooh. Probably shouldn't run into all of these houses random like. Hello. Who lives here? Nothing in there. Actually,
Have you ever
another.
chased a skirt wizard? Or do you merely hide behind them?
Don't pawn your personal problems off on me.
They will use you, cast you off when it suits them. Never speak another word to you.
Maybe they just don't answer to fiery whore.
Ugh. Now, I was thinking, the kid we saw in the city that asked for the dagger is actually like probably one of the first children I've seen in the game. If you don't count the soulless ones. But like a living, talking
A simple test.
kid. I think that's probably the first one we've seen so far. Don't really remember seeing another.
Keeping an eye out.
Although if most of the children are turning into soulless monstrosities, it's probably a good idea to keep care of your kids and keep them safe, locked inside somewhere, instead of letting them run around in the streets. Who knows, someone might have actually kidnapped your kid and raised them as their own.
God's damn that son of a girl.
The angry woman clenches her jaw and stares out toward the harbor with glistening golden eyes. Eventually, sensing your presence, she turns her feathered head toward you. Want to run down on its luck, Whaling Trading Company? If you have more than half a brain, you could really do something with it. She clenches her jaw and continues quietly. As long as you're willing to clean up a few bloodstains. With enough silver and gold, you'd be surprised how well you can clean up just about anything. True enough. Well, Zano's just lucky no one's trying to pay him with steel these days. She grits her teeth. Sooner or later, his luck will run out. The woman looks back at the warehouse for a moment and grimaces. After a slight nod in your direction, she storms off. Yeah, cured. So nice cure. Hello, Cardugo.
Well met, friend.
Come to take a look at my wares, exotic goods, cheap trade from the Republics, and Old Valia. Sure. Rotfinger claws. Touch of rot. Spreading plague. Nice. These claws were worn by a healer in Old Valia who lived in a village stricken by a terrible plague. While most fled, he stayed behind, restoring the few he could and easing the suffering of those he could not. In time, the disease spread to him, melting the flesh off his hands and raising boils on his arms, but leaving his hands, eyes, and mental faculties untouched. His exposure to the illness had inoculated him against its most pernicious effects, leaving him disfigured but capable. A Ring of Wonder. Second chance. Oh. Ooh. The Druidic Order of the Owates of Golden Grove believe that the Ring of Wonder is a sapling of one of the great trees that surround Tierra Ebron in the Twin Elms. One day they say it will grow into an even mightier tree. Root-like fibers twine together, sprouting from a shining green bud. The ring attaches to the finger of the wearer, but removing it can be a painful experience as the roots bond to flesh. Holy, that's so amazing ring. That second chance and all the stat bonuses. Holy moly. Belt of the Stelgar. Prone reduction and dex. Commissioned by the wealthy nobleman in New Heamar, this leather belt has been dyed to resemble the felines which it is named. For which it is named. Much taken by accounts of the fearsome beast, the eccentric nobleman gathered belts and hunting trophies, though he had never seen any of the creatures in person. When commissioning this belt, the noble insisted upon an enchantment which would grant him the Stelgar's grace and poise. Despite these mundane origins, the enchantment proved very effective. While the belt won't guarantee that the wearer will land on their feet after a fall, it will see them back in fighting stance more quickly. That is very nice as well. Amulet of Yokate. Resolve. This amulet was taken from the ruins of Ain Glanfat by Imperial agents in 2664 AI. Attempting to shatter the new and fragile peace between Grave Admeth, Hydreth, and the Glanfatans, they found themselves in possession of numerous powerful and mysterious artifacts. Hydran wizards and animancers took a particular interest in this piece, particularly when Imperial Watcher claimed to see the soul of the forest of the Durwood within it. However, when one of the wizards studying the amulet was driven mad, research ground to halt. The artifact changed hands, and it was believed to have been stolen back by a Glanfatan rogue. The teardrop-shaped amulet hangs from a silver rope. It bears an image of a cardinal in flight on the front and runic engravings on the back. Wearing it, it produces a strange vibration that is felt rather than heard, as if something in the soul sounds within the wearer's very soul. That is very nice as well. Cloak of Tireless Defender. Increased constant recovery. Oh, I want that as well. I can buy that. I'm gonna buy that. So better healing in the battle all the time. No, that's the recovery. So he can act more often, even in heavy armor. It's not as good as I was thinking, but it should be better. The most famous battle of the Saints' War, other than the one that took place at Halgoth Citadel, was the sack of Merseyvale. While the main force of Saint Weidwen's army marched on the Durwood from the north, two brigades approaching from the east, reaching Coldmorn from the pass through the White Marsh. The village of Coldmorn allowed the Red Servants to continue unopposed, an act of cowardice that they still draw curses from Durwoodans today. The soldiers headed north, planning to join the rest of the army at New Yarma. The villagers of Mercyvale had little warning and no time to prepare, but they had fought to hold the Red Servants back as long as they could. So the town was burned to the ground after a few days of fighting. The delay allowed the villagers and tribes on the way to New Yarma to organize successful guerrilla campaigns. It's widely believed that the battle at Mercyvale, as well as the many skirmishes in the wilds, kept Red Servants from reaching Halgotsill before the Godhammer was in place. Even survivors and family members eventually returned to see what was left of the Mercyvale. This cloak was one of the only items that had escaped the flames. Completely undamaged, it draped the corpse of a warrior who had fallen in the middle of the town. The body was covered in wounds that identification was impossible. That is very nice. Brish Halkvin Mind Marker. Ooh. The Brish Halkvin, or the Mind Hunters, were known throughout the Air Clanfathan centuries before Idran and Valian Animarsar introduced a formal scholarship on ciphers to the continent. They were respected and feared for their abilities to perceive soul connections. When Idran colonists first settled in the Durwood, they quickly aroused the ire of Clanfathan neighbors by trespassing, sometimes accidentally and sometimes intentionally, on Engvithan ruins. An Orland of the Three-Tusked Stelgarg tribe, a mute but a preternaturally gifted cipher, used her abilities to monitor the border ruins and track the colonists who encroached upon them. To aid her in her investigation, and the Anamfath of Three-Tusked Stelgar gave her this amulet, thought to be a relic of the Engvithans themselves. The public gift of such revered artifact was a political move as well as a practical one, and it galvanized Clanfathan resistance to the settlers, particularly within Three-Tusked Stelgar. It was lost, however, when a cipher was killed in a raid on a farming settlement. Seems nice. Wild Strike Belt. Modifies Wild Strike Burn, Corrode, Freeze, and Shock. Seeking to augment the power he wielded even while in the skin of a bear, one ancient druid crafted this belt, which taps into the power of a druid's spirit shift to put added force behind each druid strike. The belt is enchanted to accumulate whatever form the bearer takes, allowing those in more feral shapes to enjoy benefits of the belt's magic. Would be nice to know how it modifies. Withrak brain. The large dungeon's brain of a Withrak. The Withrak are known to possess impressive powers of the mind. There is no obvious source for said power on the brain's wrinkled surface. Peagle Dog, Calico Cat. Awakened Adra? Oh, is that... That's not a pet. No, that's a pet. I was like, is this a pet? Bought. Worm wings. Lots of stuff here. I want the ring. The ring is amazing. Let's buy the cats and dogs first. And let's see. Do I have anything to sell other than that? Actually, Enremian or anyone else, what kind of weapons does the Paladin lady use? Sell those traps at least, I don't know. really use these. Maybe knight or soldier. What would that be exactly? Still don't have enough for the Ring of Wonder. I really want that ring. Pike, two-handed sword, plus arbalest and arquebus. Also Warhammer. I don't really need these scrolls. I'm just gonna sell these. Trying to get enough money together for that. There. I need to come here again and buy stuff from him. There we go. Do you have might and resolve or constitution from anything else? This gives you a perception as well. Constitution. So I can basically take these off you. And almost can take the helmet off as well. Unless I want to move to perception someone else. This one gives interrupt, deflection and actually you kinda like that as well. Well, I don't need those legs on him anymore. You can keep the helmet.
Slow and silent.
Oops. Suppressed, but everything else is fine. Good. The second change is so amazing. Because it resurrects the guy if he dies. So, undying tank there. Try the Peagle. Keep the cat as well. Let's go the trading company next. Liena, welcome to the trading company.
How do you do?
A young man stands behind the counter, watching you with quick, intelligent eyes. Welcome. This is your first visit to Vailian Trading Company, is it not? Please let me know how I can assist you. Her tone is both professional and inquisitive. What is this place? The Vailian Trading Company is an association of merchants from Vailian republics. We oversee trade deals and negotiations on behalf of our merchants. She gestures toward the door on the right. This is our warehouse, where we store the goods in transit. Who are you? I'm the assistant manager of this warehouse. Currently I help Verrazano run things, but I'll take over when he retires, or when the company bosses back home decide it's time for new management. She rolls her eyes. Yeah, I know, Andrew, but I would reload in that case anyways.
I'll stay out of sight.
Peagle dog. I like the Peagle. It's actually pretty cool. Mestre Verrazano.
Keeping an eye out.
I'll take a look.
Hello, Verrazano. A man stands in the corner of the warehouse, directing traffic. Yeah, exactly, Enderman. James wink from many rings on his fingers as she points and waves at the laborers. His silk clothes, though finely embroidered, aren't new. You notice a couple mended seams around the shoulders and a discreet patch on one elbow.
Well met, friend.
When he sees you, he throws his arms in a wide expansive welcome. Greetings. You have come to the warehouse and the headquarters of Valiant Trading Company. He consults a pocket watch. Some of the cold filigree has chipped away. But you are late. I sent the word to the expeditioner hall yesterday. This delivery cannot wait. He snaps at the watch shut. What's the delivery? He tucks his beard. I must assume then that you are not from the company I contacted at the expedition hall. He waves a hand. But you are here and they are not. It is a bag of bitter squash seeds, which are prized for their medicinal properties. A few merchants in Defiance Bay deal in them, but those who do know their value. Seems simple enough, why ask me? A frown distorts his meticulous goatee. My own couriers have been robbed and beaten these past weeks. It would seem that some of my computers resent my success. In any case, you are not a known associate. You would be left alone, and if not, he shrugs and grins. You look like you could handle yourself. And as for your integrity, I suppose I will just have to trust you, as you will have to trust my assurance that you won't find a buyer outside of my contact. I'll do it. He claps his hands together. Excellent. Now deliver this package to a man named Gareth at the Goose and Fox in Copper Lane. He will know what to do with it. He slips a bag of paper seeds into your hand. Return to me when you're done, and I shall see for to your payment.
Well met, friend.
Verrazano checks his battered pocket watch. Better deliver the package now. Business such as this is best concluded quickly. Who was that feathered woman? Ah, you must mean Palagina? She's a paladin in the employ of the Valiant Embassy. He chuckles. She's a good soldier, but not so good at taking orders. Too hot a temper, I'm afraid. She seemed angry. He laughs again. That is no surprise. She's a hothead, a woman in Brotherhood of Paladins, and touched by the gods in such an unusual way. Something else I can help you with, or shall I return to my business? Tell me what you do here. I'm a merchant from Ansens, the fairest of the Valiant Republics. Here in Defiance Bay, I run the Valiant Trading Company. He gestures at the stacked crates. We ship cargo to and from the Republics. We are part of the grandest mercantile organization in the world. Anything you can imagine, we can ship it. He grins for a fee. I'd like to know more about the Valiant Trading Company. We are a confederation of merchants and traders from the Republics. He looks proudly around the warehouse. We sell all manner of goods and equipment, and for years we have enjoyed fruitful contracts with many shops in armorers throughout the Defiance Bay. His smile flickers. Is something wrong? It is nothing. He waves a hand. Only that the competition has grown especially fierce in the recent months. But I suppose this is to be expected given the legacy, as the locals call it. You get the paladin right after that quest? Nice.
That's settled. I can do that.
Let's go finish the quest then, because I want to get the paladin. Actually, that in mind, let's strip the hunter lady already, because she's gonna give everything to him. I'm definitely kicking her out of the team, and I don't plan on using the figurines right now, so. Do my dagger as well. And I bought the bow for nothing.
Hey, Allah, can I, talk to your, you know, your friend? What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know. No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
I like how everyone is just okay that he's also awakened and has a crazy lady inside his head. Like, yeah, it's fine. We are all crazy in a way in this party. It's fine. I mean, I'm a crazy cipher awakened guy that talks to the dead and stares at nothing for hours. And the priest guy, he has few nuts loose.
Of all the things I've gotten used to, food was the hardest adjustment.
I quite agree. Deer wouldn't oversalt everything and drown it in sauce.
And they burn out all the flavor. Nothing like a raw deer flank.
Aloth is a bit crazy in the head, talking to a lady in his head. Hiravius is a bit crazy druid. A bit too much into the animal stuff. I guess Eder and Sagani are the most reasonable. Eder just hates his life and his god and his everything. Pretty much just regrets his life until now, and Sagani is just
Ready, Watcher.
looking for the reborn elder, basically. Not a very same task either, but the other guys are much more insane. Hey Gareth. A man skulks in the bar. He seems like he's trying out to blend in with the wood paneling. And as he watches the other patrons out of corner's eye, he gives you a quick nod as you approach. Verzano has delivery for you. He glances around and snatches a pouch from you. Keep your voice down, will you? The Dominels have spies everywhere. He tucks the pouch away. You tell Verzano, this is the last time I'm buying from him. This is getting too dangerous for me. Did I just do something illegal? No, he grins weakly. I don't think I've heard of the Dominels. The more important thing is making sure they don't hear of you. They're old Brackenbury stock, but these days the Dominels are known of their business activities, most of which involve some degree of bribery, extortion, theft, or murder. What do the Dominels have to do with this? You have no idea, do you? Let's just say the Dominels have exclusive rights to deal certain merchandise within the city. Verzano likes to make some extra coin from time to time by dealing in the same merchandise, undercutting the competition. He says, tell me what is in that pouch. Bitter squash seeds. They interrupt pregnancies. Even though they are not exactly legal, many folk nowadays prefer them to the risk of hollowborn or celibacy. He pulls a wry frown. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Now get out of here before... That is a swanky hat. You lady, you're gonna die. That's my hat now. A woman swaggers in, her polished boots thwacking the floor with slow, deliberate steps. A crooked sneer warps her smooth face. Gareth, I'm hurt. You promised to buy only from me? What's a girl to think? Gareth bows, his knees knocking together. Please, my lady, I was just explaining that I don't do business with anyone else. Except this one last time. Right? Donna crosses her arms and rocks back on her heels. There's always one more deal, until you run out of credit, that is. Donna turns and regards you looking up and down. And just who are you? You don't exactly look like a seed dealer. Aloth glances at Gareth. I think that's a compliment. No one to be trifled with. Her grin widens. I just might have a use for someone like you. Verzano put up put you up to this, didn't he? That old fool's on a sinking ship, and he's determined to drag anyone who gets close enough down with him. She eyes trembling Gareth. Gareth here knew better, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In fact, I'll also give you a chance to get even with the imbecile who's been playing both of us. She narrows her eyes. What do you say to killing Verrazano? Tell me about the Dominals. I don't know whether to be relieved or insulted. We are one of the wealthiest merchant families in Defiance Bay. Let's just say, however, that some of our business practices are not officially sanctioned. Gareth groans and stifles a sob. Poor Gareth. Why would I want to do that? Why wouldn't you? He's used you to do his dirty work, and without telling you about anything, without you telling you anything about what you were carrying or who you were crossing. Kill them both. Be fair about it. She taps a finger on her jaw. Her voice slows. Of course, I would also consider it a personal favor, and House Dominal is never stingy with its friends. She glances at Gareth, the loyal ones. Anyway, what if I kill you instead? I kinda like that option, Ironman. I've got a sharp and ready blade here that says you won't, and even if you did, you would have all of House Dominal howling for your blood. She speaks carefully. I guarantee that's not the problem you want. I kinda... if I kill her, the House Dominal will probably not like me at all. And I'll probably miss out on some quests. On the other hand, I would like to kill her. Screw it. Let's see how tough you are. Dana draws her blade. Be thankful you won't live to regret this.
Hey.
Let's be careful with the AoE in here.
Yeah?
Yes.
Hey.
What is it?
Yeah?
Yes?
The innkeeper will probably not like if I blow up the patrons as well.
See.
Huh?
What?
Uno! Dead! Need something?
What? Well?
Doggy died. Dominal are one of the factions. Unless you plan to ally with them, you are missing too many quests. Can you actually tell me, Enderman, which are the factions? So I know better when I'm doing choices. I kinda expected them to be a faction you can join with. Because kinda obvious. Did we anger Gareth as well?
Huh?
We may have. Well, poor Gareth is now very dead. Dozens and the Crucible Knights are the others. Well, we may have killed the Gareth on the in the middle of the action there as well. Oops. it happens. Oh, duelist hat. I was kinda hoping it to be a magical hat. Extraordinary amount of lost reputation on the House of Dominal. Terror, overwhelmingly bad. I'm sure he deserved it. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Damn drug dealing. Actually, he was okay, mostly. Well, we are not joining House Dominal at least now. If they are being terrorized by me. Oh crap, the hat is same looking as well. Damn, it looked different on her head. That's my excuse. Oh, new spell. Oops. Now you could just go and kill everyone in their mansion for money? Tempting. Yes.
Of course.
Maybe not right now, but we'll do it. You support this idea? I highly support this idea as well. I don't know. We'll check the paladin and go do some divine justice in their household. I like how all these RPGs work. I just murdered basically
Alright then.
6 people something in the middle of a tavern, and everyone is like, yep, just keep having chat there. You asked me for once, and I said no, not until you're older and more responsible. Do you remember this conversation? Gordy's eyes are fixed on the ground in front of him. Yes, sir. And yet I find you out here, playing with a blade that clearly belongs to the knights. Do you see the problem? I didn't steal it, honest. I traded for a secret for it. He points at you. Ask him. Hammer turns to you. Is what my son says true? He wants to be a Crucible Knight. I thought it was a good way to get him started in an honorable profession. He stares at you for a moment, then shakes his head. Well, I still don't approve of my boy having a weapon, but I'm glad he's not a thief. You can keep the blade, but I'll be holding onto it until you're square with the knights. Come along, Gordy. I won't have you loitering out here all day. Poor Gordy. Just let the kid have his pocket knife. Pocket dagger. Pretty much true, Aaron. The secret he would tell you if you already knew the secret is that his father visits Saltimast in secret. Nice. Oh. Dominal talk. You're making a quite name for yourself with the Dominals. Pity that it isn't the kind of impression you should be making. Well then.
Of course.
Ready.
What is it?
Let's see if you like this.
Need something?
What's those spells?
Ready, Watcher.
Aye?
Oh, that's going to leave a scar.
You might want to save
Oh, that's going to leave a scar.
more dangerous enemies next time. We pretty much ran over them.
Greetings.
Were you able to deliver the package? If you had told me Dominals were after you, you could have saved us both a lot of trouble. The Dominals were there. Verzaно's eyes fly open and he tugs at his beard. I was so careful, always following the Verla Vita. They shouldn't have known. Well, is this your last day among the living, Verzaano? Verzaano wrings his hand. Your timing is impeccable, Tella Pallegina. The Dominals are after me. Please, you've got to stop them. Pallegina snorts. As if any of this were ever in my hands. The Republics consider your business worth protecting based on its success. That success depended on cooperation with the locals like House Dominal. You've lost that. Her golden eyes narrow. And the favor of the dukes. Do not interrupt. Even if you get out of this alive, they are done with you. The dukes have more pressing interest in the Defiance Bay than rescuing one merchant who threw himself overboard. Verzaano falls to his knees and clasps his hands together. Have mercy, Pallegina. I don't stand a chance against the Dominals. He bites a trembling lip. I've brought failure and shame on myself, but you can't mean to watch your countrymen die like a dog. Pallegina stares at Verzaano for a long moment. The nictitating membranes of her eyes slide out and back before she continues. Verzaano, why are you wasting your precious breath on me? My orders come through the ambassador, and through the ambassador from people you should be honored ever gave a moment's thought whether you live or die. You don't seem like the sort of to petition the gods to grant him out of hell, so why not cry mercy to the one person in this room with the power to grant it? I won't stand in your way. Do as you will. So what are you going to do with me? It's not the Dominals you need to be worried about.
Huh?
Nobody double crosses me. Do their bidding like that. And leaves.
Need something?
Yes.
Yes?
Ready.
Huh?
What is it?
You're not getting through me.
Forgiveness pistol. Keel was constable in the... Is it Keel? Was a constable in the small Dorwoodan village of Maidensfall. A good man who fulfilled his duties honorably, he often found himself in a violent confrontation with the passing ruffians and mercenaries come to the village to exploit the nearby ruins. Wiry, with his boy's face and awkward gait, offenders rarely took Kael seriously. They would mock him, tell him there was no way he was going to take them to the jail. "You are right," Kael would reply. "I bring forgiveness." Nice. Pistol two-handed. Holy damage bypass. You take that. Pocket watch. This fancy pocket watch once belonged to Verrazano. It certainly did. It's now mine.
All right then.
Who leveled up? Eder and me. I leveled just a short time ago. Let's get mechanics in there. I'm gonna keep the points. Level 4. Mind Lance. Impales the target with lance of pure force, inflicting major pierce damage to all in line of attack with high chance of causing interrupt. Body Attunement. Oh, I can get 2 spells. The Cipher probes the mind and soul of the enemy target, finding the strengths of its defense and stealing them from for his own. Drains a portion of target's damage reduction, granting the same amount as a bonus to the Cipher. Holy... What spells? Pain Block. Provides an ally with a mental block on his or her pain, granting a bonus to their damage reduction and regenerating endurance over time. Plus 10 damage reduction and... Holy... Silent Scream. Produces a psychic hole in the target area, stunning the target as well as dealing raw damage to all enemies within. Stands a high chance to cause interruption. Wild Leech. Latches onto some characteristic of the target's psyche and drains it, granting the same amount of bonus to the Cipher. Affects a random attribute. 10 points stolen from random attribute. That is so damn tanky ability. Plus 10 damage reduction. Hell, you could tank a dragon with this. Let's get the Bane. Yeah, all of them seem really amazing, Ironman. I like the body attunement as well. Imagine we are fighting like a really strong enemy, and we could steal his damage reduction and give it to me. So the dragon or whatever we are killing is starting to take like a shit ton of damage from the body attunement. But the pain block is also really amazing for Eder or whoever is tanking. Also the Mind Lance seems amazing. It's 15 meters as well. That's a long range, high damage spell. I'm gonna get body attunement and Mind Lance. We're gonna get more of these when we level up. So yeah. Imagine these are level 4 spells and there's 5 and 6 level spells as well. Those are gonna be some explosive shit. No new talents, sadly. Let's see what the other guys got. Eder. Get more of that. Fighter abilities. Nice. Vigorous defense. Once per encounter plus... Yeah. Ooh, Armored Grace. Food is a club. This is some kind of enchanted club we got. This might be actually really good. On the other hand, we could finally get the attunement for stuff in here. Unbending. Okay. Guardian stance. Clear out. Ooh, I like that. Sweeps the fighter's weapon in a large arc, knocking enemies prone. (135° cone, 2 and 5 meters. That's actually quite a long cone to sweep with the weapon and knock down every enemy prone in that area. I'm gonna get to clear out. I like that. Sounds fun. Just clops, you're down. Endurance, level 4 spells for you? Maybe. Let's lure you up. Barring the Death's Door. Prevents a severely wounded character's health from reaching 0 when it results in a death of the character. The character can still be knocked out through endurance loss. Devotions for the Faithful. Invokes the benediction of the priest's god, imbuing all allies in the area with accuracy and might bonus, while enemies receive penalties the same. Prayer against Bewilderment. Yeah. Restore major endurance, so these are level 4 spells. Searing Seal. Blinding and Burn. Nice. Shining Beacon. Conjures an immensely luminous beacon of light, causing enemies in the area of effect to take penalty to all defenses and accrue burn damage over time. Triumph of the Crusaders. Imparts the allies the fervor of the righteousness in battle. When any ally in the area of the effect delivers a killing blow, he or she regains endurance. Yeah. But level 4 spells is nice. Where did she go? Oh, there she is. Hello, Pallegina.
Ah, it's done then.
Yes. Satisfied expression.
I always knew Vertzano's bad dealings would catch up with him. I didn't expect his end to come from an outsider, but I suppose his ability to offend reached beyond this little circle.
Nice.
In any case, the Embassy's entanglements with him have been cut, which also means that I'm free from Vertzano's net of stupidity. You have my thanks. Whether you intended to or not, you've done the Vailian Republics a service today, ridding us of him. I work closely with the Embassy to protect our interests, but lately I think our gaze has been too narrow. You clearly have pursuits of your own in the city, but I think we could help each other out. If you're interested in doing some work for us. Officially, I mean. We can go together and I'll introduce you to the ambassador.
Sounds fine, let's go.
Good. Maybe I can finally do something more worthwhile than playing nanny to merchants. The embassy is up in First Fires, southwest of the Ducal Palace.
So... achievement unlocked. Got old companions, so we have everything. So this is all the characters in the game you can have. So 8 companions in total in this game currently. I really hope when they bring out DLC for this game, it hopefully includes more party members. Do you use Aloth? I may have encountered a bug where I equipped a Ring of Wizardry and upon reloading my spells use went up to 22. Is this normal? I don't think it is, Pulse. I am using a Aloth, and I'm actually using the Ring of Wizardry as well. You mean this kind of ring? Like the Teldas ring with a Ring of Wizardry? I haven't seen plus 22, up to 22 yet.
Yes?
It's only giving the regular amount to me.
I'm ready.
But yeah, that sounds very much like a bug. You encountered there, Pulse. Field Triage. Flames of Devotion. Maybe you are using it wrong, Bell? Yeah, clearly. I think Pulse has figured out some proper way to use the Ring of Wizardry. With 22 spells. User full attack. Oh, nice. Also, it's a para encounter. Calls upon the paladin's inner fire, causing their equipped weapons to burst into flames and adding burn damage to their next attacks. Oh, so it's a... Oh... Whoa! It's not just a single attack as well. Leon Hands. Fueled solely by belief, the paladin is able to heal with the touch of his or her hands, requiring a substantial amount of endurance for the paladin or ally within range. Nice. 22 fans of flames in one fight doesn't sound good to me. It sounds pretty damn good. There was a bug that makes equipment have permanent effects. Yes, there was, Enderman, but that was supposed to be fixed. Marks an enemy as the focus of the paladin's righteous fury, granting accuracy and damage bonuses against the target until the combat ends or the target goes down. Nice. Nice. How often was that? 3 per rest. And Zealous Focus. Paladin's intense and pure conviction instills clarity of purpose in him or her allies. All allies. Increasing their accuracy cannot be activated with other zealous auras. So you only have one aura at the moment anyways. Nice. Yeah, it might be there is still some of those bugs existing in some places in Endermion. Maybe they didn't get all of them. And Pulse just found one of them. Oh, you use a pistol? You can have forgiveness. By the way, what's with the feathers on her head? Are you one of those godlikes? Yes, I was thinking about that. Avian godlike. Elusive quarry. Ranged attacks. Intense flames. What? Frermas mesa kang sualias. So yeah, she's a soldier. So she uses greatsword, pike, warhammer, arbalest, and arquebus. Okay. Fine Defiant. Decent. This is just a fine greatsword. She looks quite nice. She cannot use a headgear at all. Interesting. Yes, she shouldn't use a pistol at all, but I'm just giving it on her for now. Now I'll just give it here. She should use that. What was it? Greatsword, pike, warhammer are... So... Greatsword, pike, warhammer. So she cannot use Estocks. Estoc is for the knights, I guess. Yeah, so that is kinda useless for her. And that. So I can sell these. She cannot use these either. I'm playing as Cypher. Give that to her. Yeah, she uses a greatsword, but this is a Estoc, two-handed. It's comparing them with her. So this is not a greatsword, it's a Estoc, which kind of sucks. Because I would like to give this to her. I think the weapon specializations are too spread out. I think like a greatsword and Estoc should be pretty much on the same thing. So since Hiravius doesn't need to be in the melee anymore, we can actually throw some of these other spells out. She's gonna be the frontliner with a Eder, so Hiravius can be in the back row. He can actually start using that fine wand instead of the spear. Throw you.
I'm ready.
There.
Hey.
Let's go with this party formation now. What is this buff? Fletcher stave. Oh, that's the inn. Let's really talk
Tell
about.
me. Need something?
Polygena's eyes glimmer with the divine spark as she coolly appraises you. Need something? You are one of the godlike, aren't you? She lets out a small laugh. That's what they call me, yes. I've never met a god, so I don't know what they are like. I can't say why everyone else presumes to understand why I was born this way. Why are you concerned about animancy in the Defiance Bay? People look at the Republics as a nation of traders. We do engage in such much commercial trade through Defiance Bay, but the greatest value we have found is not written on a ledger line. It's intellectual wealth, the ideas that we exchange. The Durwood and the Rebellion Republics are the world's leaders in animancy. If the Durwood institutes prohibitions against research and practice of animancy, it will have serious repercussions for the Rebellion Republics. Do you see animancy as just something to be traded? She's not dismissively. I'm not a scientist, but I believe animancy can benefit us all. There are so many questions to be answered about who we are, why I am the way I am. If we can answer them, maybe we can make life better for everyone. Don't you think there are dangers in animancy? Of course it's dangerous, but we who live in the Eastern Reach, we are the children of pioneers. We saw out the danger. She nods her head decisively. This is why all of the best research must happen in the New World. Let's talk about something new. Else? I was wondering about your order, the Brotherhood of Five Sons. Polygena nods softly. Back in the Republics we call it the Frermas Mes Kang Swalias. The Five Sons are the Duke's bells. The great dukes who rule the over the most powerful republics. Spirendo, Ansens, Selona, Ozia, and Rebua. The Duke's spells keep the republics moving forward, keep us at the forefront of trade and technology, keep us strong against our rivals. We brothers are sworn to aid and protect them for the good of the Republic and their citizens. You say brothers, but my breastplate bulges in the wrong spot. She cracks a small grin. I may look like a woman and sound like a woman, but according to Republic's laws, I am not. What they call godlike, people like me, can never bear children, so we can't be real women. For what that's worth, most women in the republics, if they can't bear children, it is like the sun has set on their lives. But what was worth to me, freedom. The Brotherhood was Let's try it again. The Brotherhood has a prohibition against women entering, but I was allowed. Many resented the decision, but I learned long ago not to care. Okay, let's go.
I'll take care of it.
So she's one of the bros. Let's go to the first fires, check the embassy. What's her quest? I think I'm done for the day after that. I mean, it's only 4 in the morning for me, so. And we'll continue this tomorrow. And on Wednesday I'll have a day off. And Thursday, Friday, Skylines again. And I don't know about the weekend yet. My mother is coming to visit us. I think it should be this weekend. So once I know what's the schedule for the weekend.
How is it you Eothasians stay so optimistic? The world has not given your kind much reason to hope.
You get to a certain point and you realize you got 2 options. You can go mad with grief and tear out all your hair and check yourself into the sanitarium. Or you can wait for better days.
Well, feathers in my case. But I understand your point.
The avian thing on her is kinda strange.
Ambassador Agosti, I would speak with you on a matter of some urgency and great importance.
Saying as though remembering some heavy burdens, Vicent crosses his arms before replying. Polygyna, if this is the same matter we previously discussed, I doubt I will be convinced any more easily. Ambassador, please hear her out. Cruel one. He turns his attention back to Polygyna with a soft laugh and backhand wave in your direction. Is this your new advocate? You really need to keep better company, Polygyna.
Ambassador, I implore you to take a step back and look at this again.
Ambassador Agosti holds up his hand and cuts Polygyna off in a strident tone. Enough. We are not going over a defined space and emergence again. The Duke's spell's desires have not changed since the last time we spoke. If you haven't heard, word of your insubordination has already found the ears of Duchessa of Piacep and the Duke of Selona. There are murmurs that you cannot be trusted to fulfill your duties. Must this talk reach the shores of Spirento? Polygyna's aggressive demeanor drains to a state of shock and worry, but she remains silent. If it makes any difference, Ambassador, I'm already looking into matters Polygyna has spoken of. It doesn't, but it would be fortuitous if your investigations took you to Twin Elms, because that's where Polygyna needs to go.
What is it the Dukes need of me, Ambassador?
The Durwood's instability has created an opportunity for us to take over their trade with the Eire Clanfath. We will need to meet with the Clanfathans soon to secure upcoming trade agreements. The roads to Twin Elms can be dangerous, of course, but that's why you'll be our representative there.
Echosi, Ambassador. But won't this provoke the Dear Woodins? Their country is falling apart, and we are already dividing up their trade alliances.
Provoke them into what? Going to war? Though, through no fault of the Republic's, the Durwood's armies have been deprived of an entire generation of soldiers. It would be foolish not to take advantage of the situations. If we don't, the Real Cerns will. It does make sense, Polygyna. The Durwood has problems and sooner or later someone's going to profit from them.
Madiko. When I walked in here, I didn't think we were going to be talking about how to chop up the Deerwood's corpse.
Vincent holds up his hand to set Polygyna at ease. That's not what we are talking about. This is just business. Polygyna raises an eyebrow and clenches her jaw, but remains silent. Polygyna. She shakes his head. Go to Twin Elms, speak to the Anamenfath, impress upon her the instability of the Durwood, and reassure her of the Valiant Republic's desire to open a safe trade.
Of course, Ambassador.
The ambassador nods and smiles paternally. He then looks to you. I know you've planned on investigating this crisis together, but I hope you understand Polygyna's responsibilities. Lie, wink obnoxiously at Polygyna. I understand completely and will make sure she completes this important mission for the Dukes. The voice bristles and turns to Polygyna. Will the Dukes need to hear more about Polygyna's race, wild adventures?
Of course not, Ambassador. I will attend to the Anamenfath as soon as I am able to travel to Twin Elms.
Good. Now, if you will excuse me. That's a swanky looking
Could have gone better. Could have gone worse. I appreciate that you stood up for me, but it's hard to persuade the Ambassador to go against the Duke's orders.
I know you're right, Polygyna. We may find a way for you to fulfill your obligations while looking into what's really going around here. Don't worry.
Enough wisdom for both of us. Now, I just need to find out how to get to Twin Elms before the Ambassador loses his patience.
She pauses in thought. Still, I fear that making this deal with Clanfathans will further weaken the Durwood and make trouble for the Republics in the years to come. Well, it's a long way to Twin Elms. You'll have plenty of time to think it over.
Verus.
Oh, level up for 2 people. Let's go athletics on you. Ooh, level 4 spells. Wall of Flame. Confusion. AoE Confusion. Dimensional Shift. Switches location of the caster and one ally, leaving shockwave between them that stuns all Koth in the line of fire. Interesting. See ya, Aranman. That seems like a really nice spell, but difficult to use. Essential Phantom. Ghostly double of the caster, causing shock damage to enemies hit by it. A lot of duplicates. Nice. Flame Shield. Engulfs caster in fire, increasing their freeze DR and causing burn damage. Iron Skin. Transmutes caster's skin to iron, adding significantly to their damage reduction. Minoletta's concussive missiles. 5 missiles of pure force, causing a shockwave of crushing damage to anyone close to impact. That seems nice. And very usable spell. Minor Reflection. Field of arcane energy around caster, causing hostile targeted spells up to level 3 to be reflected back to their casters for a total of 10 spell levels. Nice. Minor Grimoire Imprint. Gives the casters access to 1 free spell from targeted wizard's Grimoire, allowing them to cast spell of 3rd level or lower that is not currently in their Grimoire. Huh. Wall of Flame. I'm gonna go with Wall of Flame and Concussive Missiles. For now. We can study the other spells later. And something for the Druid. So you get boiling spray, burn damage and push, calling the world's maw. Summons a jagged rock to stab upward from the ground, dealing pierce damage and knocking them prone. Conjure blight. Ooh. Hailstorm. Calls down a savage storm of sleet and ice chunks, causing crush and freeze damage to any in the area of effect. Moonwell. Channels lunar energy into localized source of power, recharging the endurance of allies in the area of effect, granting minor bonus to all defenses. Nice. Overwhelming wave. Conjures a rolling wave of water that blows through everything in its path, causing crush damage and stun affliction. Wicked briars. Sprouts thick, thorny vines that from the ground, causing pierce damage and hobbling. Nice. Lots of new powerful spells. I want to see the crushing water wave thingy.
Wording Gildan Saul.
Cool. Interrupted the dog. Nice, good job. I think I'll stop here. I'm gonna save once I'm out, and I'll be back tomorrow with some more of Pillars, the usual time. And like I say, you can see the news command on the chat to check whenever, to see when and what is happening and all the other news. But anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more. So have a nice night.